Every US military campaign comes at a cost, of course, to the American taxpayer. And the latest US strike on that Syrian airfield yesterday was no exception. My colleague Ian O'Neill discussed that with Murad Gazdiev and talked about the high cost, but asked, does it always mean high efficiency?
Well, we only have estimates, but, you know, even the lowest figures, if you go by them, $100 million, roughly, for the Tomahawk, 59 Tomahawk missiles themselves. Then you can safely double, triple that number in terms of operational costs, logistics, planning, fuel, getting the ships into position. So there you go, $200–300 million. And what did they get for it? Well, here's the toll according to the Russians who are actually at the base. They destroyed, with 59 Tomahawk missiles, they destroyed 6 MiG-23 jets. These are archaic things, almost half a century old, and you could actually buy them in the United States in the private market for about $100,000.
Pentagon says the strike caused significant destruction. The media, many media outlets are also saying that the airbase was all but destroyed. Who's to believe here?
Well, if you go and read the statement, the Pentagon statement, it is incredibly ambiguous. And if you read it, the argument that they're making is by destroying support infrastructure, such as the base cafeteria, they have reduced the Syrian government's ability to deliver chemical weapons. And, you know, theoretically, they're absolutely correct. In practice, they've achieved very little. Take what the Russians have said, and they've actually offered footage, video footage, drone footage of the aftermath. And you don't have to be a military expert to see that not a lot of damage has been caused. The damage that we're seeing is inconsistent with the claim that 59 cruise missiles impacted the airbase. And the Russians here are saying that not all of them made it. Only 23, less than half of the Tomahawk's missiles launched, actually made it to the base.
Right, so only 23 of around 60 missiles actually hit their target. Where did the other missiles go?
Well, here you go. We only have, again, rumors and speculation, no concrete data. But Tomahawk missiles have historically had a big problem with flying into mountains. They go very low, they fly slowly, about as fast as a Boeing 747 passenger jet. But they hug the ground in order to avoid detection and being shot down. Unfortunately, as what happened in Yugoslavia, they have a tendency when they come up against the mountain, a cliff face, to, well, fly into it. And this operation was very rash. They didn't have a lot of time, you know, to prepare for it. That's one version. The other versions are that some of them may have been shot down, jammed, or flown off course, maybe fallen into the sea. Nevertheless, you know, military experts are already saying, with what we've seen, the devastation caused versus the costs, this will go down as one of the most inefficient operations in modern history. And the Russians have also said the same thing, the military spokesperson saying that this was an exercise in inefficiency.